Like my last review, I'm just going to talk about the equipment and show you images that I've taken using this lens, paired with a Leica M240. So, in the description down below, there's a link to a Google Drive folder, and in that folder are photographs I've taken using this camera lens combination. Give me a day or two to grant you access. You can download those files, play around with them in post, and really get a better idea on if this type of equipment is ultimately right for you in helping you produce the types of images you're looking to present to the world. Alright, there we go, nice! So yeah, welcome to my channel. I'm Renton Vlogs, aka the Super Mediocre. I'm primarily a street photographer, tech entrepreneur, or at least former tech entrepreneur, and yeah, I talk about camera equipment, lenses, street photography, book collections, anything that might ultimately strike my mind. The response from the past 3 videos has been very good. I greatly appreciate everybody that's engaged with this channel thus far. I don't know if there's anything else to discuss in the intro. So without further ado, let's jump right into talking about the 35mm 1.4 SUMMILUX FLE lens. So let's start with the negatives, because I feel like that's a really good place to start, to just get the negatives out of the way. And as far as this lens goes, I don't have any negatives. I think this is a lens that is as close to as perfect as you can get without being perfect. And there's no such thing as a perfect lens. Hands down, it is the best 35mm lens that you can buy, in my opinion. And that's because it's versatile at night, where other lenses that are a little bit slower, that during the day might have better renderings in terms of the colors and tones, they don't perform well at night, where this one does, and you can stop it down to be a great daylight shooter. So you're not limited in any way. It's giving you the full spectrum of situations you could ultimately throw yourself in. And the thing is, it's not overly large like a Noctilux is, or some of the Noctilux alternatives and budgetary versions of the Noctilux lens, made by third-party companies. There are budget alternatives. Specifically, I like the ones made by Voigtlander. I have the budget alternative, which is a 35mm 1.4 Voigtlander lens on my Leica M3, and that does a killer job too. Is this lens worth, on the used market, 10 times the amount of price? 10 times the price? 10 times the amount of price? I'm getting wordy today. That's going to be subjective. I think so. Where I think a lens like this excels is in those little nuanced details where you pick up different contrasts and you pick up different reflections that other lenses might pick up, just not as well, just not in a way that stands out as much. The way that the light reflects off wood and the way the camera and the lens picks that up, the way you get like shadows and just like crinkles in clothing and some of the high level contrast that you get is unmatched in many ways. The differences might be subtle, but those are the differences that separate a $600 lens to a $4,000 lens. You're looking for those little abstract, minute details that make that was not redundant, and those differences are going to always be subjective, and those differences are always going to be unique to the person taking the photo with regards to if it's right for them or if it's not right for them. They're not necessarily thinking about the end user or the end viewer with regards to the photo that they're taking. At least I'm not. I'm thinking, is this going to live up to my personal standard with regards to the image I'm trying to create? In terms of like an S-class lens, in terms of the idea of what is a perfect lens, this is about as close as you're going to get. I watch videos on people that, collect lenses from 20, 30, 40, 50 years ago. So I think in due time, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 years from now, assuming the world doesn't explode, this will be an all-time great lens that was created. I do think it will be sought after by collectors. I'm not saying it will go up in value. I'm just saying it will be highly sought after forever. It will withstand the test of time. That's what I think about the 35mm SUMMILUX 1.4 FLE lens. And if you don't know what FLE means, it means floating element. What there is to learn about photography, about street photography, about Leica equipment, about all camera equipment, you never stop learning in this field. I still use cameras that are from 2007 at certain times. Canon EOS 1DS Mark III, could not recommend it more. That is a phenomenal $500-600 camera. And one of my all-time favorites. It's in the S class of cameras. I'll do a new video on that soon. But yeah, that's something to think about. What's the idea of a perfect lens to you? Is this lens perfect to you? Do you find faults with this camera lens? Do you think there are better options? Do you think there are better pairings? Let me know what you think, people. So anytime I do one of these videos, I'm going to start including a zine or a photo book to be represented in these vlogs. It's something I've strived to create myself. I've been working on a bunch of zines and photo books, which I will release in due time when I feel they're ready. This is probably one of the most popular ones. This one's it's tougher to find at a good price, but this is Los Angeles, absolute classic book. One of my favorite photographers, Estevan Oriol, hands down. Look into his work. It's extensive. If you're curious about people that have made their way in the world of photography and have reached S-tier legendary status, Estevan Oriol, hands down, check him out. Amazing photographer. If you're into film photography as well, he shoots, I think, all film, if not mostly film, but I think he primarily only shoots film. Don't quote me on that. But yeah, one of the best books I've ever picked up. This is Los Angeles. There's copies out there, they vary in price. And I love this shit. Like any zine, any photo book, anything that's got a rarity aspect to it, especially when they're in like a limited run of 250, 300, 400, 500, 1,000 copies, and that's all that exists in the world, I'm going for it. So that is something I'm going to start including in these videos that I do, because it's part of my life, it's part of my world, it's part of something I think is important with regards to the aspect of creativity and photography and going out there and touching grass and getting off the internet and putting stuff back into the real world and really giving your photography some type of longevity and life beyond the internet. Because when we post stuff on the internet, it's going to be there for, you know, a few days, a few weeks at most with regards to attention, and then it goes off into the netherworlds to never be seen again unless somebody's specifically looking for it. So I recommend creating photo books. I recommend creating zines. If you are a photographer, if you are looking to expand your career, create these things, talk with people, go to events, support photographers, support people that go out there and put themselves out there creatively. And yeah, so that's that. Pretty quick vlog, pretty quick thoughts. Just wanted to touch on that stuff. If you have a zine or a photo book, I've included my P.O. box in the information section of this channel. You can send it to me and just shoot me a message that you did, and I'll make sure to talk about it on this channel and direct people to it. If you got a website or someplace they can buy it, or if you just want people to hunt for it on eBay or wherever, you know, happy to highlight your book, and I'll talk about what photograph I like the most within your book, as well as highlight your Instagram or website or whatever. You know, we'll figure that out. But yeah. So thank you again for stopping by, listening to me rant and speak about camera equipment and the things that I think about it. Feel free to join in the conversation down below, share your thoughts. They're always welcome here. Just treat each other with dignity and respect and help provide insight in any way you can so we can all learn together and grow this channel and grow ourselves creatively. All right, take care. Peace.
Smoking hella weed, looking at them palm trees. We smoking hella weed, looking at them palm trees. We smoking hella weed, looking at them palm trees. We smoking hella weed, palm trees, palm trees. Smoking hella weed, looking at them palm trees. We smoking hella weed, looking at them palm trees. We smoking hella weed, looking at them palm trees. We smoking hella weed, palm trees.